see.
Rocking the Marine gloves. Thank you. Shout out to the Marines, one of our sponsors tonight. We're in ever debt to the Marines. Ooh, nice head kick. Ooh.
He's going right
got
for the
on the cage.
grappling.
He's got to drop down, and he's got to lift. Or he can suck that leg. Oh, he sucked it in. Good job. Bryan's got to get against the cage, use that cage, push on the head, and work his way back up here.
He is doing good getting his back against the cage.
Now he needs to use that to wall walk and come all the way up. But Zach's doing a great job of controlling that wrist right there. When he pulls that wrist out, it makes it hard because you need that wrist to post on. But he's doing a great job of controlling. Oh, the wrist is gone. He's got, instead of punching, Bryan really needs to kick that hand.
Leg.
Yeah. He's trying to get it, fight for his underhook. But really needs to fight for that left underhook, get underneath the arm, and go under the armpit and work his way back up. Oh, he brings it right back down. You know, it really stinks. Like, it takes a lot out of you when you're fighting off the cage, and then you get up, and then you go right back down. It's a little bit demoralizing, but, you know, it's still early in the fight. Bryan's doing a good job. He's working his way back up. This is definitely where Zach wants to be. That opening head kick was beautiful. I mean, if he'd have been about a half an inch lower, I think they'd have been calling.
It did kind of hit him almost in the side or back of the head.
Yeah,
he looked like he almost ducked it a little, but if that had been a little more forward.
They definitely would have been calling Lowry's towing if it had been a little bit lower.
Yeah.
He's got to use that cage to peel him off right there. You see how he's taking his back? He can keep turning to his left and use that cage to peel him off. Now he has the space. He needs to start. I would throw some knees right here, right to the body. He's circling off really good. Now he needs to break away and start using his striking.
I don't know that I really saw that go there, but...
Did he get hit in the peoples?
So we say.
I'll take this opportunity to let you know that performances of the Nutcracker tickets go on sale coming up in 2 weeks.
That's the thing with those knees. You got to be careful. Getting hit in the McNuggets is never fun.
I don't really know much about that, but I'm going
to
take your word for it.
I'm going to tell you right now. Take my word for that one. You don't want to know about that one. Guys, as they stated earlier, this fight was brought by Acai Brazilian food truck. Guys, acai is, I call it Brazilian crack. It's amazing, it's super healthy, and super addicting. If you've never had acai, you need to get out to the food truck and try it.
This is a nice little break, though, I will say.
At least they got the music on point. The DJ never disappoints.
Well, even for Bryan, who just spent most of the first round up against the cage,
he looks very calm.
That does get very tiring. It does wear on you, so... I mean, you just gave him this minute and a half break.
If I'm Bryan, I'm coming with a head kick right here.
Yeah, do it.
Ooh, right to the body.
That was a nice one to the body, too.
You see, Zach's over. He's reaching over. He wants to try to throw overhand and set up his shot, but Bryan sees it coming. You know.
And his hands are dropping because he's looking for that takedown.
Ooh, nice jab. Just that tee right to the body.
He was doing nice with the kickboxing, but you just got to maintain that center of the cage the second you get against that
Bryan had a really nice whizzer there, and he let it go too soon, but he's working to get his underhooks. Right now, he spins him off the cage. Great job. You know, he could take him down here or just drop punishment. You can clearly see
Bryan. The control
has
switched.
Yes. Oh, see the nice little foot stomp there.
Dirty.
Old school pride style, baby.
That is some dirty.
That's that pride style. I love it.
I will say, there are a time or two that I step on a foot.
Oh. MMA's legal.
Maybe on purpose, maybe on not.
MMA's 100% legal. You know
in Muay Thai.
Oh, it's not?
No, I don't want you to run away.
Oh,
step on your foot. You can't go nowhere.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's amazing. You know, I can tell you what, watching these exchanges off the cage, Bryan has definitely been working his grappling.
These are some nice knees. Right to the body.
Just be careful. Zach's got to get off this cage and work his wrestling, because with his back from the cage, he can't work his wrestling.
Hey.
Ooh, saved by the bell right there. So what do you think of Bryan striking in that first round?
I don't know that I saw much striking.
Bryan, what do you think about Bryan striking?
Bryan striking actually was nice. And if he could just stay in the center of that ring and throw those strikes, I think that's where he was finding success.
You know what?
Until he backed up against the cage. But then towards the end, the control switched, and he was controlling the clinch on that cage.
You know what surprises me a little bit? He's throwing so many kicks against a guy that wants to take him down. Like, I don't know, that's where he's more comfortable. I understand the teeth to control the distance, But you would think he would let those hands go because his hands are clearly more crisp. I'm surprised he's not using more of his hands because with the hands, you can keep that distance with a jab and keep him away from taking him down.
Yeah, those kicks do keep the distance, though, I will say, and it does seem like he has a little leg up on the speed, so maybe he's just not worried about it.
That first round, for sure, was a little demoralizing because he got him down, he couldn't hold him down, and then he couldn't get him down again, and he clearly has an advantage on the feet, so now Zach's thinking in his head, okay, what can I do? I got to get him back down. I can't let him get back up. Because I'm telling you,
for sure maybe time to change your game plan a little bit.
For sure.
Ooh,
Ooh,
okay.
Nice overhand.
Oi. Trading some hands now. All right.
You got to be careful. You can't overextend, and that's what happens when you overextend. You get excited. So that was very smart by Zach, because Bryan came out looking for him to shoot, and then Zach, his hands are down. Zach threw a nice overhand. He's got to suck those hips in. You see how he's trying to get that left leg underneath the calf so he can suck him in for a little old school Dagestani handcuff. Bryan's holding on to the guillotine. Really nothing there. Honestly, he needs to instead of hug that head, take that hand on the top of his head, push down, use the cage, and kind of walk up a little bit. Right now, I don't know if he thinks he has the guillotine or he's just kind of using that.
I don't know if he's just trying to buy a few seconds, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to get off that cage.
He does have his back against the cage, but he also does have some control with his head like that.
And right now, for whatever reason, Bryan seems a little content to just hang out there, catch his breath. I mean, I didn't think he was tired. Maybe he is. But he's got to use that cage to stand up. And I see he has his foot, but man, you got to kick that foot free and start to work. See, that foot there is almost like a knee shield. He needs to let go of the head, push away with his leg and his head, right arm at the same time.
And while he does have Zach's head, Zach doesn't seem
all
that concerned about it.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
See how he switches his feet?
And we're back down.
He's got to keep those hips heavy. He had him heavy for a split second, but then when he readjusted, Zach felt it, he dropped down, and then took him down. This is where, this is the Dagestani handcuff I was talking about. He can just sit on those legs, and once it's tight enough, it's hard for your opponent to go anywhere. He has him pinned against the cage. He can sit there, hit body, head, body, head. But right now, it's almost like watching a jiu-jitsu match. He's kind of just content to hold that position. He's not looking to advance. He's not looking to land strikes. But he's got to work because there's a good chance Jimmy knew he was standing back up. I was going
to say, it's about time maybe, hey, got to work. And Jimmy's pretty good about that. I've been in there, and if you're not working, he will tell you, hey, you have seconds, or I'm going to break this up. You got to do work.
Rightfully so. Right here, Bryan really needs to put his back on the cage right there and peel him off, kind of like a bear trying to scratch his back and peel him right off. There you go, just right there. So you see right there, he's pushing, and now he gets in front of him. Now he gets his underhooks, and now if he can, reverse the position and then break the space. Ooh, nice knee to the body. He felt that.
There you go. I would go head kick. You can see that wear on the back there.
I would go head kick right here. Oh! Nice overhand by Zach.
And that made him think a little bit. Yeah. He was going for it, and now he's thinking, maybe I better slow down.
Bryan's got to get off that cage.
He's stalking now.
Oh, he definitely, that shot wobbled.
We're leaking.
There we go.
You can't just come forward swinging like that. They're both bleeding now.
He's got to make those hips heavy. He's got to turn that leg outside, drop his hip pressure.
Round 2.
Very interesting round, you know. And kind of what I hate a little bit about MMA judging, Zach took him down, but what did he do? He sat on his legs. He did nothing. Now, if he would have transitioned to mount to the back and landed some shots, I understand. But he scored points for sitting on him.
And he did at the end there, those strikes. I mean, he did throw that one that stopped, and it did change that last maybe 10, 15 seconds. So
right now, I have Bryan ahead on the scorecards. Now,
I would say so too.
I'm no MMA judge, but that's what I have, and you seem to agree. What would you like to see out of Bryan stand up this round?
I mean, they spent so much time just on the ground grappling, and I think at the end, once he got those few punches in and they did start working, he kind of went to brawl, and he was coming forward, and that's when he got clipped. So
100%.
You can't get too excited in there when, 3 punches land and you just go for it, because they're going to do something to stop you, and that's exactly what Zach did.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. I really want to see Bryan keep his back off the cage, and I want to see Zach set up his shots.
I want to see some brawling. I want to see some hands and some kicks this last one. Let's go.
We're going to see who wants it the most. They're both tired. Winging their punches.
And he's circling that back of the cage, and that is not where you want to hang out.
What's the first thing I said I want to see? Keep your back off the cage.
And you can see it on the back. It is showing that he's been up against that cage.
That metal cage is not your friend.
It is, no.
We both know how that feels.
There you go.
Nice jab. Man.
He needs just to keep working that jab to keep him away, keep him out.
Bryan,
he's just letting him come in and take him down.
Yeah. If I'm Bryan and I was ahead on points, I would still throw and be dangerous. But, man, he started getting crazy, and then that's when he overextended, and now we're back here.
Well, and he was just circling. You got to do something. You can't just circle, circle, circle. At least start, you know, throw 1 or 2, circle out, throw 1 or 2, move again.
Right now, he's looking for a fancy no-arm guillotine. It's just not there. He's got to work his way back up because even though he's not landing any damage, he's not really advancing, Zach's winning the round.
Yeah.
And then when it's that last round could have honestly gone either way. And when the judges are looking at it, they're looking at how's the fight in when it's 1-1. And as of right now, you have Zach slowly working his way back up to mount and looking for the win.
He just keeps looking for this. And it just doesn't seem like it's
you know how hard. He's got to use that to roll over, get him out. That was beautiful, sweet. He's got to control that. He needs to step over. It's not there. He's going for the guillotine. It's not there. When we're in MMA and it's third round, gassed and super sweaty, that's like trying to hold a greased pig. It don't work. If Bryan would have sat down on the mount and started throwing shots, he could have controlled the round and won the fight.
I do agree. I'm not seeing any ground and pound really here, which, I mean, if you're not finding success in the grappling, maybe try. At least score some points.
For Bryan, he's going again for a little no-gi Ezekiel. It's kind of not there. It's his last-ditch effort. And, you know, Jack's doing a great job of keeping the pressure, which is making it hard for Bryan. Bryan's got to come up more up on his side so he can wrestle up. But Zach's doing a great job. He's pushing off the cage, staying heavy. And Zach's content. He's like, you know, I'm winning the fight now. I'm staying on top. So,
Bryan kind of seems to be a little lost, honestly.
And, you know, that's why we have amateur fights. That's a little bit of experience thing. Again, if I had got the guillotine straight to mount, he gave him his back right here. He's got to be careful now.
Yeah.
There's your ground and pound.
Come on, finish it up. We got seconds. Can you do it? I mean, it looks like Bryan's just trying to survive this now.
Zach's sitting a little high. If I'm Bryan, I'm throwing my hips forward. Instead, he got flattened out.
You got to fight. You got to protect yourself or something.
He's going to turn his back, but he's going to land up right in mount. Man, again, good fight. You know, to come from behind, I got to give that one to Zach. It was a great fight. Bryan fought a beautiful first round, good second round, but, you know, it wasn't what I wanted to see in the last round. And experience. That's why we have these amateur fights. When you get to mount and it's a close fight, you hold the position. The submission was never there when he was trying for it. If he would have held that mount and kept dropping, he would have won the fight. But, you know, experience, that's why we learn.
Yeah. I will say Zach came in 0-0, but he did have some BJJ competition. So, I mean, maybe he just kind of fell back onto that.
No, either way, an O had to go. Either way, someone's O had to go. Very good fight. A lot of, you know, both those guys can have a really good career. They're both very young.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be excited to see what comes out of them, you know, in the next few years. Especially, I don't know. Maybe Bryan, do some stand-up, do some kickboxing and some Muay Thai.
You know, honestly,
that was exciting the first round.
He came out with a team. You're like, all right, this is my fight.
Let's go, guys. And then we wrestled. Oh.
I mean, I'll give this. You know, Bryan looks way better than his last fight. Very improved. He's definitely been working on his grappling. He keeps working it. His next fight, he's going to be even better. So hats off to Bryan to going back and working that grappling.
Our judges to make a decision tonight. We'd like for them to take care of it in the cage. We have a split decision in this fight. The referees see your winner. From the blue corner, Bryan Macias.
All right.
A split decision.
Interesting.
You never want to be on the wrong side of a split decision.
Interesting decision. I thought Zach took it in that last round, but you know, that's why we have judges. That's why I'm the commentator. I'm not a judge.
That's why it's not our job.
Yeah. All right, this next fight's going to be a good one. Really quick, while we're in between, guys, I want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. We have Stoner's Pizza Joint. If you have a quick second during the intermission, I recommend you calling up Stoner's Pizza Joint, have it by your side, get a little snack in before you hit up People's for the after party.